What's happening, everybody? Sean Daniel here with Guitar Control. Today we're learning an awesome neo-classic, if you want to look at it that way. It's called Old Enough by the Raconteurs. A really cool song because it involves a lot of acoustic guitar chords, but with a really cool riff. So make sure you click the link below because I've got the riff tabbed out and the chord chart to follow along with. So basically, it sounds a little bit like this. So that's kind of like the main verse part, which we're going to get to the whole part, but I want to start right there. And let's actually start with the riff, because this is really just a riff that is kind of built around an F major chord. Okay? So if you look at just the riff, it sounds like this. Now, most of the verses start with this D major chord. Okay? So this is going to lead us into the D major chord. So we're kind of learning it riff first and then backwards, but it's a really fun riff because it's easy to play and it sounds cool. It makes it seem like you're doing something more impressive than you actually are, which is really kind of like the hallmark of just a good riff. All right, so we got here the 3rd fret of the D string, which is an octave F. This is an F note. And this is all happening on the 3rd fret and the 2nd fret, as you'll see. So we have 3D to 2D. And notice I'm using my middle finger and my pointer finger. You don't want to use the same finger for this because we're going to do a hammer-on pull-off in a second. So 3D, 2D, to the A string, 3, 2, 3, and then 2, 3, 2, end up on that G note, the 3rd fret of the low E string, and then go to a D major chord. Okay, so D. Okay, so this riff is going to kind of reset the chord structure a little bit, and then it goes to the main chord part, which is really just a D to a C and a G, right? Tried and true. This really could be like a million different songs, but this is a Raconteurs song. Start with that D major chord, middle finger 2nd fret on the high E string, 3rd fret ring finger B string, pointer finger 2nd fret G string. Now really you're going to ground your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. This isn't going to move at all for the entire verse, right? We've got a D, C, G, D. Now this is really a C add 9. It isn't just a major C major chord. It's a C with a D note. Now sometimes, the official name of this chord is a C add 9. Sometimes like on a chord chart you'll see it as like a C2 or something, because really D is just the 2nd note in the C major scale, or the 9th note. Again, music theory isn't really so important for this song, but the strumming pattern is really cool. So it's like D to C to G. Now if you look at my hand, my strumming hand is just kind of going back and forth, alternating, right? And then so your fretting hand really controls a lot of it. Now if I were just gonna talk about it like directionally, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. So D kind of has its own spot in the bar, and C and G share a spot in the bar, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 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 3, 4, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. Which, however many variations you want to add, that's kind of like the main groove of the entire song, right? Now you'll also notice when I'm doing it, you'll see that I'm leaving the chord. My ring finger's staying here, but to buy myself time to get to that C and the G chord, you can actually just jump off, hit an open string set, and then come down on the chord, and it's going to sound fine, right? So it's always more important to be steady with your strumming hand than arrive to the chord on time with your fretting hand. Now again, they're both important, but as long as you kind of keep a steady strumming, if you're just a little bit late, you can kind of make it work, right? So the timing is super important, but really the entire verse is just D to C, G, D, C add 9 to G, D to C to G to the riff. Okay, so that's a lot. That's a good portion of the song. From here, we can go to the other portion of the song, which is an F to a C, F to C to D to G, D, G, F to C, F to C, then back to D, with a little bit of a riff in there. So let's talk about this. Now they're evenly split. We have an F major chord. I'm not playing a bar chord. I'm just playing the middle four like this. Ring finger, third fret of the A string, pinky, third fret of the D string, middle finger, second fret of the G string, index finger, first fret of the B string. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And when I go to the C chord, I'm really keeping my pointer finger locked in now, and then moving the other fingers just up a string, one string lower, right? 1, 2, and 3, 4 to C. This ends up giving you the C with a G root note. It kind of makes it that much more beefy, powerful, Raconteur style. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, to a D. Now this is really just a little bit different than just a D to a G, but you can totally play like this if you want. One thing that sounds really cool and kind of incorporates what the band is doing is when you get to that G chord, kind of doing that little bass line walk up where it's like the third fret of the low E string to the second fret of the A string to the third fret of the A string to lead you into the D chord again. Raconteurs is really an awesome band of very skilled musicians that have, seen a lot of things. So this is really a great example of just kind of how a band will move together to connect these chords. Right? G, G, B, C, D. You could even go like that, which is really just going through the notes in the G major scale to get to D. G, G, A, B, C, D. You'll notice that they do a lot of different things like this where they connect chords together, but in a way that everybody's moving together as a unit, right? So you can do this while you're strumming a chord. A lot of different ways to do it. I'm just really kind of focusing while I'm inside this G chord. At the very least, you're getting the second fret of the A string to the third fret of the A string to open to that walk it to that D chord, right? So we have an F to C to an F to a C, and then the D chord. G to walk to D. Then we go back to the F to C, F to C to a D chord. Then you go back to the verse chords to the riff. Now, then there's one other part, the what you gonna do now part, which is really just a lot of these D majors. Now, it's the same chords, so don't get caught up on the chords, but it's really just kind of like that D, C, G with an F attached to it, right? So this is where you really want to kind of look at the chord chart and the attached link below, where it's just kind of like... Again, really, in any key, there's only supposed to be 3 major chords, but this is kind of combining a few different ones together where we have a D major, a C major, albeit an add 9, G, and then that F that kind of really works as a way backwards to D for the chorus. So it's a really fun one to play along because, again, the strumming isn't super difficult. I think really any Anybody of any kind of skill level can tackle this song. Again, that's why you don't have to play it in the F. The bar chord has got that fun little riff. And it's also a great way to kind of get your picking to really kind of hone in on single strings, because a lot of these single strings are important as far as like how you connect the chords and stuff. So really just kind of like a easy song, only got a few different parts. And again, I really enjoy songs that use the riff and kind of combine them with chords, because then you can make a really accurate sounding acoustic guitar representation of the song. Great example of that. So let us know what you think in the comment section. And then make sure to, in the meantime, click on any of the surrounding videos by myself, other great instructors here on the Guitar Control channel, and let us know what other songs you guys would like to see, maybe other Raconteur songs. They have a lot of great ones, so let us know in the comments. We'll talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot.